Welcome back to 5-Minute Modules, where I show you that you can do these exercises in less than 5 minutes. Today we're going to look at 4.3b, which is about how to determine the 95% confidence interval. So as we do every time, let's look at the instructions. It's asking us basically to do a series of mathematical calculations regarding our target population and our sample in relation to that. Now, this could be different for each of you. I'm going to say that my target population are adult residents of Westchester County, New York. So I'm going to type in and restate the target population. Adult residents of Westchester County, New York. That's pretty easy. The second one is indicate the size of the sample you plan to analyze here. Now, this is a number that you can choose. I would say somewhere between 500 and 1,000 is a roughly, adequate number, although it doesn't have to be a number. This number is basically what you're willing to do. And it's really going to determine, let's say, how confident you are going to be of the data you collect. So, 500. Now, this next step asks me to indicate the approximate percentage that this represents of the target population. Now, I'm sure all of you have memorized the adult resident population of Westchester County, New York, but fortunately, earlier in Module 2, we learned about the census, and we could actually figure this out. So let's go to the census. We have it right here. Okay, first of all, we know what the population of the county was in 2010, 949,113, as you can see right here. Okay, we also know the census collects how many people are under the age of 18. Okay, and it's 24%. So if I want the adult population, it's just the reverse of that, 76%. So let's get out our handy dandy calculator. Let's type in 949,113, times that by 0.76, and there's the adult population of Westchester County. Now, let's just leave it there, and we're going to go back to the module. So, we know what the approximate percentage is. We don't want to find out what the approximate percentage is of the target population. So we have the target population, and we're going to sample 500 from that. So let's do this. Let's clear this. 500 divided by 721,326 to round it off, equal. We're going to times it by 100, and that will give us, let's say, the approximate percentage. Now remember, this is equivalent to 0.069%. So that's the percentage that is of the total population. The last thing it asks us to do is indicate what the 95% confidence interval for the sample size. Here we go to the Maxwell Manual. So we're going to go to the Maxwell Manual, and on page 43, it gives us the sample size for different types of samples, different size samples. We sampled 500. Now, we can go down here on the left-hand column, and we have, let's say, the sample size for 400 and 600. And what we can see is that 400 is 5%, 600 is 4%. We're going to split the difference and call it the confidence interval is plus or minus 4.5%. So let's go back to our module. We're going to put plus, or minus 4.5%. Now let me just give you a little more background of what actually is going on here. Why do we want a 95% confidence interval? Well, it goes back to basic statistics. Basically, we want two standard deviations from the mean. The mean is basically the same as the average data we're going to get from our survey. If we take two standard deviations, that means we're going to have this green area in the middle. We're 95% certain that the real number is somewhere in that green area. And only in the 5% cases, plus or minus, will it not be in that area. That's why we want a 95% confidence interval. Once again, this has been 5-Minute Modules, and we'll see you next time.